Hey there, fellow food lovers. Welcome back to Lmos Kitchen, where we celebrate the incredible diversity of American cuisine. Today, I'm taking you on an epic culinary road trip across all 50 states to discover the most iconic foods that define each region. As someone who's spent years exploring kitchens and flavors across this beautiful country, I can tell you that every state has that one dish that makes locals beam with pride and visitors plan return trips. Let's start our journey in the heart of soul food territory. Louisiana's gumbo isn't just a dish, it's a celebration in a bowl. This rich, complex stew perfectly represents the state's multicultural heritage, blending French roux techniques with African okra, Spanish rice, and Native American file powder. When I first learned to make authentic gumbo, I spent 3 hours stirring that roux to the perfect chocolate brown, and let me tell you, every minute was worth it. Moving east to Georgia, we encounter the peach cobbler that has made this state famous. The secret isn't just in using fresh Georgia peaches, but in achieving that perfect balance between sweet, juicy fruit and a golden biscuit-like topping that's crispy on top and tender underneath. I found that adding a touch of bourbon to the filling elevates this classic dessert to restaurant quality. Alabama brings us barbecue that's so good it'll make you question everything you thought you knew about smoked meat. Their white sauce, a tangy mayonnaise-based creation, might sound unusual, but when you taste it drizzled over perfectly smoked chicken, you'll understand why Alabamians guard their recipes so fiercely. New York's pizza slice represents more than just fast food, it's an art form perfected over generations. The thin, foldable crust with just the right amount of char topped with high-quality tomato sauce and fresh mozzarella creates a harmony that countless imitators have tried but never quite mastered. The key is in the water, the high-temperature ovens, and techniques passed down through Italian-American families. Maine's lobster roll showcases how simple ingredients, when treated with respect, can create something extraordinary. Whether you prefer the Connecticut-style warm lobster with drawn butter, or Maine's classic cold version with mayo, the star is always that sweet, tender lobster meat served in a perfectly toasted split-top bun. Philadelphia's cheesesteak might seem straightforward, but achieving perfection requires understanding the nuances, the right cut of beef, the proper cheese, and yes, Cheese Whiz is traditional, and most importantly, the rhythm of cooking everything together on a flat-top grill while building layers of flavor. Wisconsin's cheese curds represent the dairy state's commitment to quality and tradition. These squeaky, fresh nuggets of cheddar are best enjoyed within hours of being made, preferably beer-battered and fried to golden perfection. I've learned that the squeak is actually the sound of fresh protein strands in the cheese. It's science you can hear. Chicago's deep dish pizza is a completely different animal from its New York cousin, and that's exactly the point. This isn't just pizza, it's a casserole that happens to be round. The buttery, flaky crust holds layers of cheese, toppings, and chunky tomato sauce in a construction that requires both engineering skills and patience. Kansas City barbecue represents one of America's 4 major barbecue styles, distinguished by its thick, molasses-based sauce and willingness to smoke any meat that walks, swims, or flies. The burnt ends cubes of smoked brisket point that are caramelized to perfection were once considered a throwaway cut but have become the city's signature dish. California's influence on American cuisine cannot be overstated, and the Mission-style burrito perfectly captures the state's fusion approach. These massive, foil-wrapped bundles combine Mexican techniques with California's fresh ingredient philosophy, creating something entirely new yet completely authentic to its place of origin. Oregon's craft beer scene has revolutionized American brewing, with Portland leading the charge in creating bold, innovative flavors. The state's commitment to local ingredients and experimental techniques has influenced breweries nationwide and established beer as a legitimate culinary art form. Texas barbecue, particularly beef brisket, represents the pinnacle of low and slow cooking. This isn't just about throwing meat on a smoker. It's about understanding fire management, wood selection, and honestly, having the patience to let time and smoke work their magic over 12 to 16 hours. Moving through the mountain states, Colorado's green chili showcases how a single ingredient can define a region's entire culinary identity. This isn't just a condiment, it's a way of life, appearing on everything from burgers to omelets, bringing heat and flavor that locals crave year-round. Alaska's salmon represents not just excellent seafood but, a connection to the land and sea that really defines life in America's last frontier. Whether it's cedar plank grilled, smoked into jerky, or simply pan-seared with local herbs, Alaskan salmon demonstrates how geography shapes cuisine. Hawaii's plate lunch might seem like, simple comfort food, but it perfectly represents the island's multicultural heritage. Rice, macaroni salad, and an entree like teriyaki chicken or Kahlua pork create a meal that's uniquely Hawaiian, born from the blending of Asian, Polynesian, and American influences. What makes these iconic foods so special isn't just their taste, it's their ability to, honestly, transport you to a specific place and time. In my kitchen, I've recreated many of these dishes, and each one teaches something new about technique, ingredients, and the culture that created it. Sometimes the best way to appreciate these iconic foods is by rolling up your sleeves and trying to recreate them at home. The beauty of exploring America's iconic foods is that each dish tells a story about immigration, adaptation, and innovation. Whether you're perfecting a Nashville hot chicken recipe or mastering the art of New England clam chowder, you're connecting with generations of cooks who refine these flavors. I hope this journey through America's most iconic foods has inspired you to explore new flavors and techniques in your own kitchen. These dishes represent more than just recipes. They're edible history, cultural bridges, and delicious reminders of what makes American cuisine so wonderfully diverse. If you've enjoyed this culinary road trip, make sure to subscribe to Lmos Kitchen for more deep dives into America's amazing food traditions. Share this with your foodie friends, and let me know in the comments which iconic state dish you're most excited to try making at home. Together, let's keep exploring the incredible flavors that make American cuisine so uniquely delicious.